I got a guy here on a non-compliance suspension. He claims he's got his license, but he's, he hands me his license. I don't think he ever surrendered the old one.
Right.
I can't tell if he's valid.
Can we run them again?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Can we run them?
Absolutely. Hey, here, Bill. Sorry.
Bill.
Hello there. Can the first run that please for me? We need to put the names on the smart document. And then the leads on it. Leads on it. And then on the docket too.
Today?
Yeah. All rise. Court is back in session. The Honorable Judge Deborah J. Castro presiding. Yes. You may be seated. Mr. Morse is first.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr.
Your Honor, Tyler Herwarden.
Your Honor, Nathan Zepp, standing for Michael Cueto on behalf of Mr. Herwood.
Do we have a resolution?
We do, Your Honor. First, Judge, regarding the A charge, city's going to move to amend to Municipal Code 33301, OVI. City would now lay the balance, Judge.
What's it out?
Judge, I'm sorry, Judge.
And so if he defaults on probation or something, you're going to house him in your jail?
Well, I'm
I
sure
don't
he's
know
not
what the
gonna
purpose of
default, Judge.
amending is. I mean, not that I won't, I just want to make sure
And
that,
Your Honor, this is someone who's got no prior record,
sure.
criminal, felony, or misdemeanor. So I believe he's going to be a successful probation
Oh,
candidate.
we always hope that. Only 25% are successful. So I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'll amend it to the city code.
Good, Judge, thank you.
Okay, so
Judge, I would
Mr.
also, I just want to point out for the record, last night I was contacted, we had been waiting a long time regarding urine results. The trooper contacted me last night, and they finally had them. I sent them over to Mr. Zepp. One of the issues, Judge, and I don't know what the court feels appropriate or not, but obviously because he was kind of an interesting place where his license has not been suspended because we haven't had the results. This has been going on since February. But Mr. Zepp was inquiring about how that may or may not affect driving privileges going forward, or his suspension going forward, because he doesn't have the retroactivity, I suppose. So whatever the court is inclined to do.
Well, so the suspension would start today, but I'm going to grant driving privileges. He had an assessment, correct? We have an assessment?
He is not at assessment,
Oh.
Your Honor. We just received the results yesterday, but I can speak to that.
Okay.
Your Honor, my client's 26 years old. He's got no prior felony or misdemeanor related offenses, and this all happens. My client is a brother who passed away tragically, actually, in a OVI-related accident last December of 2016. And certain family members have received counseling for it. My client never received counseling and started self-medicating with marijuana. And so he's been smoking marijuana. Obviously, it's illegal, he shouldn't smoke it at all. He started smoking at greater levels following that. And so I think it's all just something that stems from that incident. And so I've talked to him about receiving traditional counseling so he's not self-medicating with illegal substances. He has no prior record. I expect this is a one-time, this is a lapse in judgment that he's going to learn from and never going to repeat. The date of this incident, it's February 14th, it's early in the morning, he's actually driving to work when he's observed by a trooper who observes him weaving. His car was actually involved in a motor vehicle collision a week earlier, and we attached that to our motion to suppress a report from a mechanic indicating that the car shouldn't have been operated at that time due to the damages from the motor vehicle. But that being said, we acknowledge that there's an underlying marijuana addiction that he needs to address.
Okay, so let's go through this, Mr. Jordan. So the charge of operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol carries a penalty of a minimum of 3 days in jail or a 3-day suspension at your expense. 3-day treatment education program at your expense. The maximum is 6 months. The minimum fine is $375. The maximum is $1,075. Your license must be suspended for 1 year, and that would run from today, but can be suspended for up to 3 years. You'll have 6 points on your license. This conviction will be on your record for life. So if you plead no contest today, you'll be convicted. I've already heard from counsel, you'll be sentenced today and your case will be over today, but your plea could not be used against you in any other civil or criminal proceeding. If you disagree with that though, Mr. Herwood, then you can tell me that now. We'll set this for trial. You have the right to a jury trial. The burden of proof would be on the state. They'd have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Counsel would have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you and bring witnesses for your defense. If you have witnesses who won't come to court voluntarily, I'll issue a court order, a subpoena, and I'll compel them to be here. And you would have the right to remain silent, and your silence cannot be used against you. That's just up to the jury or the judge, if you want me to hear the case, to determine whether you're guilty or innocent. So those are your rights if you plead not guilty, but you give up those rights today if you plead no contest to 1 count of operating a vehicle while under the influence. Any questions, sir?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
How would you like to proceed? No contest or go to trial?
No contest.
I'm going to ask you to sign this form that says you're pleading no contest. Your attorney will look this over to make sure it's accurate. And then anything else you want to say, I'll certainly listen.
You have the right to counsel. You got a right to plead no contest. Waiving your right to a jury trial. Sign right there. Actually, it looks right there.
Thank you.
Did you need to
That's-
discuss it as well?
What would you like to tell me? Anything else? I mean,
Just
you've pretty
what I-
much said everything.
Yeah, I kind of said that's the basis for his conduct on this date, and I believe that traditional counseling, which he's going to pursue, will address that underlying issue. And obviously, the court's probation and the recommendations that they make following their intake with him will also be beneficial.
The fine will be $375 and costs will apply any bond and give you time to pay if there's a balance. I'm going to suspend 180 days. You'll do the 3-day driver intervention program in lieu of 3 days in jail. You'll be on active probation for 1 year to follow that recommendation. Your license is suspended from today. You'll have 6 points on your license. I don't indicate he has insurance. Did you have insurance? Do you have your card with you today, or?
I don't. I
You'll
just
be-
actually just got a new car.
Okay, you'll be, the BMV will send you a letter asking you for proof that you had insurance on this date, which was February 14th, and make sure you respond to that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Your
I will
Honor,
grant driving privileges, starting today, I guess. I'm assuming that you've had no arrests since the time of this tip.
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. Olsky will take you to the clerk. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Adriana Carter.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
How are you?
Good morning. Your Honor, Ms. Carter has been charged with speeding, and the speed was
Excessive.
70 and 35, huh? Okay. We're going to amend it to a 39 and 35. And she's promised not to drive like that again, right?
Anything you want to tell me?
No,
Good to see the court.
as always. Yes, and I know she has 3 priors within 1 year. So why don't you tell me what the problem is? What is your driving problem?
I just have not been focusing my mind as adequately as I should be, and I need to just focus more, and I've made some very stupid priors right around my...
Before this year, did you have many?
No, her record wasn't bad.
Right, and she's sort of getting caught up in this, like panicking, running from one place to another. She just has to slow it down mentally. She'll slow it down with her foot.
It's right around the corner from my house, too. That's where they keep having, and I'm just...
The fines, where do you live? Do you live here in?
I live in Macedonia.
The fine is $200 and cost. We've marked insurance. We've marked 0 points. Please be careful. Thank you. You can want that gentleman.
Thank you very much.
Stephen Rosing.
Good morning. Do we have a resolution?
Judge, we don't have a resolution. I know that there was, well, a while back we had scheduled this for motion to suppress. I believe that counsel filed a motion a day or two ago. We actually did not have it or have an opportunity to respond to it. I don't believe there's an objection from the defendant. We were requesting a reset, Judge.
Mr. Rose will give you that date. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks.
David Edge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Judge, regarding Mr. Edge, the counsel was just retained in the matter. I believe that they are requesting a bench trial. Additionally, Judge, Ms. Gordon reports that regarding Ms. Shorts is a little over 8 months pregnant. So we asked if the court consider, if we could, scheduling the matter out for at least a month or so.
We would actually, I was unaware about that, but we would ask that we get the earliest possible date. I understand that she's 8 months pregnant, but she's currently living in my client's home. That she's not on the lease. She's not on the, or I'm sorry, he owns it. She's not on the mortgage. He's paying all the bills. He can't return home. This is a
Who's the
huge.
father of the child?
Yeah.
It's a huge financial hardship for him to be separated from his home and paying for 2 households.
So I'm gonna throw a pregnant lady out of the house?
Your Honor,
I mean,
I don't think that would even be his intention. Certainly, he,
just to get it resolved, just to get it set for trial.
to get it resolved would be his intention.
Well, have you spoken to her?
I did speak with her.
And so what is her physical condition? I mean, is she,
She is a high-risk
oh, she's a high-risk pregnancy.
pregnancy. She's probably gonna have a C-section scheduled today. She, if the case were resolved, she would not want a no-contact order, but she would like him to do a parenting program because this will be his first child.
Let's do this. I'm gonna set it relatively quickly, but if she has medical documentation that she shouldn't come here, and her doctors will write us a letter saying she's high risk and she shouldn't be in this situation, then I'll reset it, okay?
Judge, additionally, I believe Mr. Leffel has Mr.
Yes,
Edge
we
here
have
for
the
sentencing
building
and
code
building matter.
violation. So we're gonna reset this for a bench trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then, are you representing him on the building code matter?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't know
Anything about that? Thank you. How are we doing then on this?
Not well,
even
Your Honor,
if we
there's
have
been
a
no
plea.
permits pulled, and doesn't appear that any work has been done.
Is this the house that you are currently out of?
Yes.
So we have a dilemma. I've thrown him out of the house. I can't expect him to fix it too. So we're gonna reset this. We'll reset it at the same time as the other. Thank you, Mr. Edge. Have a seat over here.
Joseph Marconi. Judge, regarding Mr. Marconi, city's going to move to amend to an equipment violation 33701.
No, it's
And Mr. Powers, I'm sure you don't object to that.
No, we do not.
Okay. Anything you want to tell me?
Just that has a good driving record, Your Honor. He drives for a living. He's a commercial truck driver. And also there was an accident claim. He did have insurance, and that was all paid for. And The claim has been resolved, and I have verification of that from the insurance company.
The fine's gonna be $100 in costs, 0 points. We've marked he has insurance, and they'll take you to the clerk. Thank you.
Great.
Peter Waxman.
Thank you, Honor.
What's his name? I missed his name.
I'm sorry. That was Mr. Marconi.
Thanks, Judge.
Good morning. I'm sorry,
Ju-
and your name?
Peter Waxman,
Mr.
Judge.
Waxman, how do we want to proceed?
Judge, regarding Mr. Waxman, the city's gonna move to amend to a speed 65 and a 60.
And I assume you're agreeable to that, Mr. Waxman?
I am.
Okay. Anything you want to tell me about what happened?
I was late to pick up my girlfriend to go to the Cavs game. I won't drive like that again.
Please don't. I mean, all I can see is you splattered all over the freeway.
It's not worth risking your life.
And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of those on this freeway over the years.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Anyone have a white Volkswagen parked up against the fence?
The fine is $200 in costs, 0 points, and we've marked you have insurance. Mr. Walski, Mr. Walski, Mr. Walski, would you take him to the clerk? Thank you.
Ebony Cogburn. Judge, Ms. Cogburn has gone to pretty great lengths to reinstate her license. We thank her for doing that. The city is going to, in the case ending 823, be a plea to the expired plates, Judge. Nolly the balance. Judge, regarding the case ending 202, would be a dismissal at cost, Judge.
And then we have a parking ticket.
Oh.
Did you know you had a parking?
Yeah, she told me I
What?
had to the 20th to pay it, because I called and asked, they said you have to the 20th to pay it, so I was like, okay. I just called, maybe the day before yesterday, she said you have to the 20th.
Let me double check. So we
Yes,
got,
ma'am.
that's 4286. Oh, no, it's set for arraignment on June 20th.
Okay.
So, yes, why don't we do this?
Yes, ma'am.
The way, if you pay before the 20th, it's $50.
Okay.
So that's what I'll make it today. So we'll get, that way you don't have to come back on the 20th,
Okay.
okay?
So,
But I'll give you time to pay.
okay, so I pay it tomorrow. I get paid. Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Let me indicate we'll cancel that court date so you don't have to come back. Okay, so that leaves us with expired plates. And so you say she has a valid license, correct?
You want to see it?
Pardon?
Would you like to see
No,
it?
no, as long as he looked at it. Okay, so these are dismissed. Okay, that's that one. And then we've got expired plates. Anything you want to say about that, Ms. Cochran?
The expired price, because I couldn't get it at the present time, so.
The fine's gonna be $50 in costs. Now, when are you gonna pay all this?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So tomorrow is the 15th. And we don't have the time to pay on that one. We're gonna take you to the clerk. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you don't pay, we're gonna cancel your license Monday, so just, now that you have a nice brand new license, okay? Thank you.
Stephanie Robinson Weathering. Judge, regarding the seatbelt ticket, city would move to dismiss at cost.
Okay, so Miss Robinson Weathering?
Weatherington.
Weatherington,
It's too
okay.
long. No.
No, we don't have
Fit
that
it all
many
in our file.
spaces in the computer for your name. the costs are more than the tickets, so instead of the costs, how about if you just pay the $25 for the ticket and I'll suspend everything else, okay? Because costs are like $100, so that, you're not any farther ahead. And we just want you to wear your seatbelt, so that
I
you
had
don't.
it on. The top part was just behind my shoulder
Oh,
because
yeah.
being so top heavy,
Now,
it chokes me.
you know, you can go to any car dealership and they will adjust that for you. Because it can be just, and you know, people with certain disabilities, they have a hard time with that, but they should adjust it for you for free. So you should inquire, and they'll work on it, they really will, because the idea is that it really doesn't keep you safe
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
not in the right position.
Right.
I'm just waiting for this form to come up, so I'll dismiss. Okay, so this is dismissed. Pay $25. And he'll take you to the clerk. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Anderson Harris, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris? How do we want to proceed?
Judge, regarding Mr. Harris, and the city apologizes, but we were compelled to file a motion to continue 2 days ago. Some witness issues regarding Mr. Harris. We asked that the court consider that. Conversely, Judge, this is scheduled for the first time for a bench trial. The city would be requesting continuance based on its inability to proceed today regardless.
And I'm sure you're objecting to that, Mr. Motto, correct? I mean, you object to the continuance, but I am going to grant the continuance, Mr. Harris, but if they're not prepared to go the next time, then I will dismiss it. That concludes this matter. Thank you.
Heather Bodnar.
If we can make it state code 451011.
451011. Do we have a,
Yeah.
does she have her license?
She does.
I do, Your Honor.
She pulled it up on her phone here. She paid her.
Oh, but you don't have a plastic license?
No, I do. The one that I have actually is from 2017. What's funny is they were just
Oh,
saying
because
my
it was a
license
random
was
selection.
yes.
Okay, that's okay. There you go.
Sorry.
We're both
Thank
too
you.
short.
Your Honor, and I think when we were here last, we wanted to work out some type of payment arrangements. So she has, I think, $400 from the bond, and then she said she could pay. Today's her last day of work, but she's actively
I
seeking
mean,
more
you were laid
employment.
off, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
We
So she
discussed
said she can pay probably $100 a month without working, and maybe $200 a month if she finds another job.
Okay, but wait, so she's valid, so we're gonna amend the certain acts to, or the driving under suspension to certain acts. What about the assured clear distance? That's not an issue.
No.
Was there an accident?
Yes, there was, Your Honor.
And has that been paid for? Are you involved in this one?
Yes.
Oh, good.
It's damage to a Dominion East Ohio gas vehicle in the amount of $2,622.79.
And so they're asking for restitution?
Yes. Well, they provided me documentation to that answer.
Okay.
With the estimate for the damages.
Well, did you have insurance on the day?
I did not, Your Honor. I thought my insurance was up on the 21st, and here it was up prior to that.
Ah.
So I just completely blew my mind and didn't renew it in time. I did renew it as soon as everything happened. Unfortunately, it was after the fact.
Okay, so that would be paid to East Ohio.
Actually, Dominion provided me a victim impact statement as well.
Okay. So here's the, if you want to take a moment, look that over with her.
Judge, counsel made a request regarding this particular issue. With an order of restitution and agreement to pay, the city would not be opposed
the court would consider, an amendment dismissing the assured clear distance and just proceeding with the certain acts, provided restitution is awarded, Judge.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
And she doesn't disagree with the amount. And Your Honor, like I said, she could pay at least $100 a month. And then if she gets her job back or another job, she can
I've
200
already
or
had
more.
3 interviews, so eagerly trying.
Okay, so we're dismissing the assured clear distance. We've amended this to certain acts prohibited. The fine is $100 in cost. We'll apply any bond. We'll give her time to pay until July 30th. We're gonna order restitution to Dominion in the amount of $2,622.79. We're gonna suspend the jail days. We've marked 0 points now. We have to come up with a date for payment. This is what I'm gonna do, Ms. Bodnar. I'm gonna make everything for July 30th. You're gonna go on a special docket. You'll be contacted by, our bailiff.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think they'll give you a date in the clerk's office today to come back and see him and set up the payment plan. Okay? That concludes this matter. Good luck.
Thank you, Your
I hope you
Honor.
find a job soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Your Honor, what was the fine? Was the fine?
$100 in cost.
Okay, great.
Next.
Mr. Moro, yeah.
Yes, sir. And then certain acts, was that under state code, the certain acts?
No, that's gonna be under, we amended it to DUS 45, 10, 11, and then to certain.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
Chuck.
Name?
Mark Farmer?
Somebody run this? It is, it's on the leads now.
What?
It's on the leads now, on the case.
I'll
give it for you.
Oh, I'm just curious, I just don't know the answer, that's why I asked.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, Mr. Farmer's before the court, he filed an application for an expungement. I think he was convicted of dog at large, is that right?
Correct.
Yes. And there's no impediment I can see, so he should have that granted.
So we're gonna grant this, Mr. Farmer. I don't even believe this was reported to the state because it's a local misdemeanor. But our record will be sealed by tomorrow. So if they look up your name on our internet or come in here, it won't even be there. We'll get you a copy of the order. He'll take it to the clerk and they'll let you go. Good luck. Thank you.
very much.
Next.
Sean Capsandy.
Do we have a resolution?
We do, Your
We do,
Honor.
Your
Mr. Capsandy has a couple OVI charges. He's got here a breath and refusal and under the influence. At this time, we would dismiss all but the A1A violations. My understanding he's going to plead no contest to that.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And this would be his second. Are we, no?
Third. The past 2, Your Honor, may it please the court, were in 2009 and 2010, so quite some time ago, but within the new statute, he is within the 10 years.
Okay,
Your
so
Honor.
Mr. I'm sorry.
Pardon me, I just want to say, Your Honor, I will note for the court that Mr. Capsandy has enrolled in some substance abuse.
Well, let me go through his rights first and then we'll discuss that, okay? I have to get, Judge Wilder's always issuing a new chart and I have to make sure we have the new one.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Capsandy, this would be your third offense within 10 years. It carries a minimum of 30 days in jail. The maximum is 1 year. The minimum fine is $850, the maximum is $2,750. You must participate and successfully complete a alcohol addiction program. Your license must be suspended for 2 years, but can be suspended for up to 12 years. You would not be able to have driving privileges for the first 6 months of that suspension, and you would have to have an ignition interlock to drive. The vehicle you were driving, if you own it, is forfeited to the state of Ohio, so it's a serious matter. Also, if you have more than 4 convictions within 20 years, then it would become a felony. So if you get convicted again after that, it's going to be a felony, so you should be aware of that. If you plead guilty or no contest today, you'll be convicted. I'll listen to you in counsel, then you'll be sentenced and your case will be over today. But if you disagree with that, sir, you can still tell me that. We'll set this for trial. You have the right to a jury trial. The burden of proof would be on the state of Ohio. They'd have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Your attorney would have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you and bring witnesses for your defense. If you have witnesses who won't come to court voluntarily, he can ask me to issue a subpoena court order, and I'll compel them to be here. And you would have the right to remain silent, and your silence could not be used against you. Then it would just be up to the jury. Or if you wanted to have the case tried to me, you could have me be the decider of fact. Those are your rights if you plead not guilty, but you would give those rights up today if you plead no contest. So again, your choice is to plead no contest to 1 count of operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, or tell me you want to go to trial on all the charges.
No contest.
Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen, sir? I'm going to ask you to sign this plea form that says you're pleading no contest to the single charge of operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol. Is there anything that you wanted to say, Mr. Chayaki, regarding the sentencing? Thank you. Counsel, Mr. Carter, what would you like to say?
Thank you. Your Honor, I did want to inform the court that while this case has been pending, Mr. Capsandy has enrolled in some substance abuse courses online. He hasn't been able to do any in person, obviously, because there's no license and his vehicle is still in the impound lot. Mr. Capsandy does work full-time at Key Bank. Keeping his job is of utmost importance, and we were hopeful that if you did issue the jail sentence, that we could perhaps extend that. Mr. Capsandy recently found out that his department's being laid off starting September 1, so I don't know how far out you go with the sentencing.
Yeah, well, it can't be that long, but there is a home detention if he wants to.
And we'd like to.
It would be 15 days of jail and then 55 days of home detention. If he would like to do that, it would be at his expense.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Go ahead. What else would you like to say?
I just wanted to know. No problem, Your Honor. We just wanted to request if home incarceration is a possibility, that we would certainly be interested in that, so Mr. Capsandy could keep his job, and that he's willing to participate in any programs necessary to regarding the substance abuse.
The fine's going to be $850, and costs will apply any bond. We'll give him time to pay until July 30th. He can get more time from the probation officer if he can't pay in full. He's sentenced to 180 days. I'm going to suspend 165, so you'll do 15 days in jail and then 15 days of home detention, and we'll give him permission to go to work during those 55 days. You'll be on probation for 2 years. You'll go for a chemical dependency assessment to see what level treatment that you will be required to take. Your license is suspended for 2 years from March 22nd. You'll have 6 points on your license. Did you have insurance? I don't show that there's insurance. Do you have proof of that with you today? If not, you can provide it to the clerk at another, or to the state when they send you. And unfortunately, the vehicle has to be forfeited.
So the vehicle was a lease, Your Honor? He did not own that vehicle?
Let's take a look at that.
It's on my phone. It's on my phone. But it's off, so I can.
The police have indicated that he's the owner, so that's all I have at this point. Let me see if I have a printout of the lease that shows that it's leased. I have nothing. Do you have anything on that, Mr. China?
Judge, I think I'm looking at the same thing you have. I'm not seeing any information about the vehicle itself.
We could certainly provide that, Your Honor.
Yes, if you can
that's
provide that at a later date, I will amend my order. Okay. Let me see here. And he's gonna provide insurance. So when does he wanna start the 15 days in jail? We have a calendar.
What's
It's
the
gonna have
furthest
to be-
out?
It's gonna have to be before the end of July.
Before the end of July? So we're here. How long do you have to get ready? 27th? Yeah, so 15 days in July. Starting the 20. Could we start the 27th of July, Your Honor, which is a Friday?
That'll be July 27th at 9:00 a.m. And that'll be in the county jail, and I'll give him the paperwork when he's in the clerk's office. Thank you. That concludes this matter. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Cynthia
William's
Komrowski.
gotta go to probation. I have to tell you about Miss Komrowski. I know her.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Pardon?
I'm not surprised.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have to tell all the parties, I know Miss Komrowski since high school and was at a Christmas party this year. So that's, although I probably hadn't seen her for 20 years before that. Do you wish me to transfer this case to Judge Weiler, or do you want me to proceed?
I have no problem with you proceeding.
I have no problem.
Okay, what do we want to do then?
This matter had been scheduled for trial and a pretrial on a new offense. Although I think it reads the trial scheduled dog at large, it's actually a failure to register a dangerous dog. The court granted continuance on that case, and we've had a pretrial and new case. I think we'd like to continue the dog at large case for what? You want to schedule that for trial too? Schedule everything for trial?
Is there something we can resolve? Do we agree that, well, I mean, so the dog was not unrestrained and running loose?
Not the particular dog that's alleged to be unrestrained.
Ah,
She has more than one dog.
ah,
This was kind of a surprise to me that that was the defense, so I haven't spoken to the animal control officer on that count. As far as the failure to register goes, that's kind of a thorny case here. I think Ms. Komrowski did have a hearing. The dog was declared to be a dangerous dog.
by whom?
The Independence Mayor's
Okay.
magistrate there, I think it was Bud Doyle was the magistrate. We had a hearing back in October 2016, and there's an issue about her registration of that dog. She's claiming to not know what the requirements are, and actually I sent a copy of a letter to her with a copy to her attorney outlining those requirements. As of today, she's still not in compliance with that statute.
When did you send the letter? Right after the determination?
January of 2017 or February 2017.
So I don't think the laws of independence are perfectly clear about what those requirements are. They're saying they require updated photographs. The statute doesn't say that. So she did provide photographs. They're the same photographs she provided the first time. They're saying that isn't sufficient. I mean, I think, obviously Ms. Komrowski's had some issues with the City of Independence, and I think it continues to be an issue for them, but she went down there, tried to comply her best, and they hand her a citation.
Well, by the time it gets to here, my goal is to resolve it permanently. So is the only
Well-
issue that she didn't have updated
Well,
photos,
the
or are
only
there
way
other
this would be
issues?
resolved permanently would be if she would no longer own Bexley, because he seems to be the issue. This is an ongoing problem for years in Independence. The former administration kind of said, okay. Then we started getting complaints of Bexley chasing people around where we had to enforce action. I know Ms. Komrowski has a child with disability. He lets her out, lets the dog out on occasion, but it's gotten to the point where people are being chased by this dog, and it's kind of, I think it's at least got a little pit bull in it. So that's the road that's just going on. Solomon. I just thought I'd throw that in there. I can see you're looking very wise.
Oh, no, heaven forbid. But, so I guess my question is on this particular charge of not meeting the city requirements for
Yes.
registration,
Yes.
other than a current photo? Are there
Well, there's
other?
also a requirement that a bond be posted, and actually, the bond requirement is a bit vague, so in the letter I wrote to Ms. Komrovsky, I said we would accept a homeowner's declaration of sufficient liability coverage. We got a kind of a page, but it doesn't show any kind of types of coverage other than a dwelling, doesn't talk about covering dog or the limits of
I have
liability.
learned through the many cases in Garfield that most insurance companies will not provide that endorsement any longer. It's been like years since they would do that because the
Well-
liability is so great. So you're right, that homeowner's policy probably does
Well,
not
we don't even have
cover
a deck
this.
page on it, I mean, it's
Oh.
kind of a vague document that we have. So
Okay,
there's,
so if she can't get insurance, what's the next ability to?
she
regarding
can't get
the
a bond, but she can get insurance.
Yeah, her homeowner's insurance does cover the dog. She has a $1 million umbrella policy.
But
State Farm did say, we are covering this dog for $1 million worth of insurance. And they won't accept that.
Well, is there something in writing that shows that?
not that was provided with the city.
The first time she registered the dog, she provided the insurance policy. When she went to re-register, she wrote all of the information is the same.
And then I was told I needed to,
Do you want to take a minute? Well, let's do this. Okay. So I
Judge, I'd be more than happy to try to resolve this, but.
Sure. But I just need to make sure that we understand that we need something from the insurance I'll be honest, and it just could because my range of experience is limited. Like I said, we have a lot of these dog cases in Garfield, hardly ever in Independence or Brecksville, because they get resolved before they get to me. But I've never seen a homeowner's policy with that kind of endorsement. So if you could get that, that would be a big help to getting that resolved. And if it doesn't have a special endorsement, then we need something from the insurance agent that says under what provision they provide this coverage. Okay?
Yeah, I think the difference here is Ms. Komorowski can afford a substantial insurance policy, and quite frankly, I handle a lot of dangerous dog cases, and most people can't get a policy. They can't afford it.
So if that's the issue, it's money, then that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then current photographs. So those are the two issues, the bond and the current photos. Mr. Chihak?
I'm looking here, Judge, I didn't know we were. Largely, it looks like a proof of the bond. We did ask for 2-color updated photographs. I don't know whether or not the statute does require that, but I think on an annual basis, we ask that people provide us with that information, even though they may have provided it in the past.
So
But I think the bond is the largest issue, yes.
So if she were willing to, if she meets those criteria, are you willing to dismiss this charge? And I'd be more than happy to continue this so you could talk to whomever, see if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I think we really need, Judge. And again, Independence is not trying to persecute its residents, but we just are trying to gain some control over the situation. Yes, we would dismiss it.
So now on the dog at large case, is that still pending? 'Cause
That's pending, and again, for the first time today, I was told that was
wasn't
not
the dog.
Bexley.
Did
But-
somebody get hurt on that case at
No,
all?
Dale Litkowski's granddaughter was walking his
Oh,
daughter
I
was
did read
walking
that.
granddaughter down the street, and one of the dogs, we thought it was Bexley, apparently broke away from Miss Komrovsky and approached the dog in a menacing manner, approached the baby and the woman in a menacing manner. So, I don't know how we identified as Bexley, I'll go back and find that.
How many dogs do you have, Chris? One. Just Bexley?
Do you board dogs for other places?
Board?
No.
Or what's the term?
She had a foster dog. Essentially, she's watching a dog for a rescue.
Gotcha.
Until the dog is adopted.
Okay, so it was the other dog that was at loose, not Bexley.
he was on a 15-foot.
He was technically on a tether. He wasn't loose. He was tethered to Ms. Komorowski's body.
Ah, okay.
So he got past the sidewalk.
So do you want to dismiss that and recite on the dog that
I'm not accepting that. I
Okay,
wanna
gotcha.
find out.
Okay.
You know, that was the first I was told that.
Okay, we're gonna
So-
reset this and we're gonna come into compliance and we'll see where we go.
That
from
would be
there.
great, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not happy to see you here today, but happy to see you in general.
Thanks.
Thank you very
Thank
much. Next. Counsel, Mr. Rose will give you a new date.
Michael Lemmerman.
This is my client, and he is not here today. He has been texting me since 4 in the morning. He works in a position where someone has to come in to relieve him, and no one has come to relieve him. So he
What
told
kind
me.
of job is that?
I'm not certain, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's just the information I was given.
Are you asking for a continue?
I am.
And he's working. How did you get appointed?
I did. I don't think he was making enough at that job at the time.
Just enough to keep him away from court.
So I am asking for continuance. I told him that I didn't know if it would be granted, and I told him that if it was, it would go to another assignment.
We're gonna reset it because it's so rare they actually contact anyone. But I know that you will no longer be here. So will you inform him you're no longer his
I already,
attorney?
yes,
Okay.
I already have. Yes, Your Honor.
And that he must be here the next time, or we will assure you.
Yes.
And the court
Thank
is
you.
aware that this goes back to 2016.
It's a long case.
How old is this? It isn't on my, it's not on my overage list yet,
Well,
so.
that's because
He's been on the
stage.
lam.
Yeah. Okay.
2 years old.
I'll give him one continuance, so that Ms. Conrad can gracefully exit this case.
Okay.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Go ahead, Jim.
Thanks, Joe. Carlos Santiago, or Carl Santiago, I apologize.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do we have a resolution, gentlemen?
Your Honor, I just need one more date. Mr. Santiago is going to be able to come back with driving privileges.
Good, okay.
Court's choice, if you want to move into the DUS docket.
Oh, okay. DUS docket. We'll mark it for change of plea.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next.
Andrea Herman and Raymond Zutch.
Do we have resolutions up here?
Well, Judge, we have a plea. Please understand these would be a plea to no contest regarding each of these defendants. I believe they're requesting this will return for sentencing in 60 days. They believe that violations will be cured.
So you think you can do them in 60 days? Good, okay. So let's just go over this. You've each been charged with the building permit violation, carries penalties of up to 6 months in jail and up to $1,000 fine. If you plead no contest today, we're definitely going to reset this for sentencing. And obviously, if the work is done, nobody goes to jail. Are you both U.S. citizens?
Yes.
And you're giving up your right to an attorney by not having one here today. Is that what you want to do? You can always come back with one later, but for the purposes of today. Okay, I'm going to ask you, Ms. Herman. If you'll sign there, that says you're pleading no contest and giving up your right to a trial and your right to an attorney. And I'm sorry, sir, your name again is?
Raymond Such. S-Z.
Right, I remember seeing that. That's case number. Thank you. And then, sir, if you'll sign there. And Mr. Rose is going to reset this for sentencing in 60 days. Have a seat right over there. Thank you.
Judge Jimmy Callahan. Judge, city's happy to report all violations have been complete.
Oh,
City
it's a
moved-
miracle.
Sorry, Judge. City will move to dismiss at cost. What?
How are you doing, Mr. Callahan?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I had
Oh, terminated,
made a
sorry.
note here. Pardon?
It's probation terminated.
Right.
He's complete.
And all monies are paid, and you are free to go, Mr. Callahan. Thank you very much. Hopefully never to see you in these hallowed halls again.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Dallas Enterprises and Steven Ello.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if Mr. Anello was on the docket today. He had a warrant.
Yes, I put it on the docket. He's here.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do we have a resolution here?
Judge, we're here regarding sentencing for Dallas Enterprises. Is it complete?
No.
Regarding Mr. Anello, we'd ask that, well, assuming that you're looking for additional time to complete this.
Well, problem we're having is, like, we have an inspection, we get a list, we do it, and they come back and then add more to it. So now there's a problem. We hired an electrician who didn't do what he's supposed to do. You know more than I do. You haven't been there. I haven't been there. So there's actually 2 items that need to be done, electrical work. And we're having a hard time getting the electrician back there.
Well, this is my concern. The only thing that I should be concerned about is what's on the original citation. So are those things done?
Yes, electrical. He has 2, 4, 5 permits that are not closed yet. That's what he needs to do. He's got to get his electrical, plumbing, mechanical, roofing, and concrete all closed to complete this violation list.
The one under which he was cited.
Yeah, they're all on the original list, yes.
So she's asking are those complete?
Everything is complete.
From the original list?
Yes. This is from the original list.
Yes.
Correct, all plumbing, correct, all
So,
the correct.
so I'm confused. Is he done or isn't he done on the original list?
He is not.
And, because he thinks he is, so what isn't done from the original list?
The electrical, the plumbing, the mechanical, the concrete, the roof.
That's news to me. Let me get my property managers here handling.
Oh, have him,
He knows more about the
Yeah,
project than I
have
do.
him
I
come on
just gotta find him, but he.
come on up, sir.
Because I'm understanding there's only 2 small items of electrical that are not closed out.
Sir,
He's
what is
saying
your name?
nothing needs
Wait,
to be done.
wait. Sir, what is your name?
My name's Jason Smith.
Jason, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen your name floating around
Yes, more than
because I
mine.
noticed we've got a lot of Dallas Enterprise cases. So so I asked Mr. Leffel, the inspector, because Mr. Agnello said that every time the inspectors come out, they find something different.
Yes.
We're not gonna go there. I just wanna know this original list, is it done or is it not done? He thinks it's done, Mr. Leffel says it isn't done. So,
We had an inspection last week,
okay,
with Mark, and we went over the list. The roof was on the list. Everything was closed out. We were completed. So the only thing left was which had nothing to do with anything that I was working on at the time. It was an electrician error, and I'm working with the electrician to get taken care of, and it's a small thing in the garage. That was the only thing left on the list, according to Mark, the city inspector.
Judge, we dismissed both at cost today. If there's a need to recite, we'll do that.
so this is what he's saying, Mr. Agnello. They're gonna here I have to change this. They're gonna dismiss the charges. Which means as of today, there's nothing pending against you. You have to pay court costs, and you can do that today. If there are any other violations after they go back and look it over, they'll recite you. So I would suggest, I don't know, what would you want Mr. Smith to do to verify that everything's done?
You'd have to contact Mr. Moro, who was just there on June 7th.
Okay. So, this is dismissed.
John Wilkins here.
Robert, can I
Yes, go ahead, sir.
just want the court to understand that Jason is handling the property. I live out of state. There was a warrant issued for my arrest for not showing up, much to my surprise. I lost 2 days worth of work. I had to fly, I had $500 to fly out here, $100 to rent a car. And the problem we're having is, like I said, we get a list, a different inspector shows up, we get an entirely new list, we get that list done, a different inspector shows up, he says, oh no, that wasn't what I meant this. So we need some clarification, some transparency from the city to get a clear list of what we need to get done.
And if I may, I don't want to be rude, but the list, like I said, every time we have another inspector comes, it's open to their
Right.
opinion. So whatever, like literally, when Mark came the last couple times, he was like asking me for clarification, what is this?
Right.
I'm like, you're the city, and because I'm so knee deep in that, I know exactly what there is. I just wish there was some form of communication and consistency between each inspector and each thing on the list, because every time I go there, hey, you know what? It's open to my opinion. I want you to do this as well. So it just continues and carries over from each person. So it's just
We do whatever we have to do.
continues the
Well,
project.
and this is the situation, Mr. Aniello. I probably have the least control over the building department of any human. They are the most hated people in my court, I'll tell you that. Not Mr. Leffel personally, but the building department. I feel your pain.
Okay.
That's why my question is, I don't know what came later. I've got certain charges filed here, and that's the only thing I'm dealing with. My suggestion is that if you want to continue to invest in Garfield Heights, that you go and set up a meeting with the building
I'm to the point where I'm
commissioner.
gonna sell all my houses and move on because this is becoming such an issue.
I
Cost me
understand, and you are
$1,000
not the only
just to
one
come
who's
here.
made that complaint to me.
Right.
But my suggestion is, and maybe if you have time before you leave town, is go over to City Hall, have a meeting with the building
I would love to do
commissioner.
that.
And,
I've been
and
driving
we
around
have a
for
new
month.
gentleman.
I've been driving around for a month,
Yeah.
running several businesses with a warrant for my arrest.
Right.
I own a business.
Well, but that
I
means you have to
a
come to court, or somebody's gotta show
I
up.
did show
You
up.
did show up.
There was a miscommunication because there was 2 court cases submitted, one in the business name
Name and one
and
in
one
the
in the
business.
owner's
Right.
name. That was an oversight on our
Okay.
on behalf.
Well, so this is the situation, where, like I said, these are dismissed, we're gonna recall the warrant, and you'll pay the cost today. I would
Yeah.
suggest you meet with the commissioner.
Do I need to pay this $15 fee to Ohio if I have a New Jersey license? Will New
Oh,
Jersey-
probably not.
New
I
Jersey
don't think
not
I don't know what, I checked with New Jersey, I don't know what their requirement is.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good
Have a
luck.
great day.
Alan Bryson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, city's gonna move to amend certain acts prohibited 33504.
And is your client here or there? On the
He is
road?
a trucker. I have 2 of these today, Your Honor. I do have pleas and abstention. I can provide the court with those, although the form they set up was for an unsafe vehicle. I don't know if you. Now that one, I have to check with my driving company to see how much money they're holding. The other one I know I can take care of today. So that one, if you give me 24 hours, I may pay it today. I'm gonna call her, but they're in Oklahoma City, so they may not be in yet.
This is going real slow today, I don't,
The second one, though, if Joe sees fit to amend it, I'll take care of that. Joe, do you have this one too? Banyer?
I don't.
Let's see.
No.
It's OSP.
Maybe it's with Chuck, it's not with me.
Okay.
hang on one second. I'll
Well, it's
check.
not Craig.
Okay, so we're gonna make this 337.01 unsafe. The fine here is gonna be $100 in costs.
Okay.
0 points. We've marked he has insurance.
And like I
And
said, I'll
you're
go
gonna-
down and take care of that one.
That one you can pay.
Oh,
That's
no,
right.
not this one, the other one
Okay,
I'm going to.
so we're gonna give him time to pay it till what, June 28th?
That's fair.
And then who's the other one?
I think I have to see Chuck on that one.
Are you sure? Let's double check
His
before we
name
have
is
you
B,
run.
you want a case number?
No, name.
Banyer.
Yep, Chuck Shyhock.
Chuck's got that one. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. Next.
Ferretti, Gamili?
Good morning. We can get through there. Do we have a resolution?
Yes.
Do we have a victim?
Karen, I don't know if she's here today.
Miss Gordon? Are we ready to proceed?
Judge, this is, yes, we are, Your Honor. This is going to be plea to the aggravated menacing judge, first degree misdemeanor. The DV would be dismissed, Judge. That was charged as an M4 threat, DV, Judge.
And you're agreeable to that, Mr. Moore?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr., could you say your name again?
Ferretti.
Mr. Ferretti, you've been charged with Aggravated menacing, it carries a penalty of up to 6 months in jail and up to $1,000 fine. If you plead guilty or no contest to that charge today, you'll be convicted. I'll listen to everybody here, then you'll be sentenced and your case will be over today. If you disagree, did you have, if you disagree with that though, sir, if you feel you're not guilty, we'll set this for trial. You have the right to a jury trial, or you can have me as the judge hear the case. That's your choice, whether have a judge or jury decide. The burden of proof would be on the state of Ohio. They'd have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. Warren would represent you. He'd be able to cross-examine all the witnesses against you and bring witnesses for your defense. If you have witnesses that you want to come to court and they won't come voluntarily, I'll issue a court order. It's called a subpoena, and I'll compel them to be here. And you would have the right to remain silent, and your silence could not be used against you. That would just be up to the jury. They'd listen to the facts and they'd decide. So, you can plead no contest to aggravated menacing or tell me you want to go to trial. Any questions?
You have any questions? Do you understand everything she said? Yes. You understand? Okay. All right.
Okay, so you understand if you plead no contest, you'll be convicted. Is that your understanding? Okay, we'll accept that plea. I'm going to ask you to sign this form that says that. Mr. Morris.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anyone want anything you'd like to say, ma'am?
Kimberly, his wife, and I'm not gonna try and say the last name.
Is there anything you want to tell me?
We were scared for his life. It's not that I was scared for his life. I think he needs mental help. He needs help. And I don't think it's not jail or prison. I think he needs to be seen clinically. He needs help.
Have there been incidents? Yeah, it's not picking up your voice. Have there been other problems in the past that led you to believe
He's not a
this?
violent person whatsoever. He was drinking. He needs help with his drinking. He needs help counseling. He needs counseling.
Okay.
He's never been a violent person. He's never put his hands on me, anybody.
Do you have children?
No.
Your Honor, the concern is that he was suicidal.
Yes.
So, probably he could use a dual diagnosis evaluation.
Yes, definitely. Anything else, ma'am? Anything else anybody wants to say?
She said, I've worked with him for 2 years and he's just the nicest person. Like this episode of drinking, I didn't know who he was, but before he came out, he seemed to calm down a little bit. You know, looking at him, telling me, come on, this is you. So I know that it's not who he is. He just needs some.
Thank you. Mr. Warren.
Well, Your Honor, Ferretti is 26 years old. He's a high school grad, again, a U.S. citizen. He doesn't have any prior criminal history other than traffic. At the time of this incident, he was working at an airfoil company, had been there 3 years, but he quit to start a new job at NPSG in construction, but right now he hasn't made that. Now, he indicated that for some time now there has been some things going on with him mentally, and I asked him, was there any kind of external triggers? He says, not really. There's no big financial problems, marital problems. He said, it just kind of comes and goes. It could be a minor incident. He takes it really hard on himself. And I asked him, was he serious about suicide? He says, yeah, I'd be serious about those thoughts. So that's basically it. Something's going on with him. He's more of a threat to himself. He would never harm anyone else.
Sir, anything you wanted to say? The fine is going to be $50 in costs, and we'll take.
He's been in jail 5 days. Excuse me.
Okay, sir. We're going to give you credit for 5 days served. You're going to be released today. You're going to be on active probation for 2 years. We are going to send you for a chemical dependency assessment and psychiatric evaluation. We're also going to refer you to the Greater Cleveland Mental Health Court. We'll wait on that until we have the assessment. Let me ask you, sir, and this is a serious question, and I don't know how to say it other than this. If I let you out of jail, are you going to commit suicide? Have you been thinking about it? Because you're a very important person in these people's lives. They care about you very much, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. Now, what I can do is, you can stay here with me in the city jail for a while, and I'll bring in a doctor, and we'll do an evaluation. Would you like to do that before you go home? And maybe get some help right away? What do you think? Okay? So this is what we're gonna do. Pardon?
She said before he leaves, have someone. Yes. He would probably be there for another couple of days.
Couple of days till we get somebody out here. Ma'am, I don't know who you are, I'm sorry.
I'm his mother-in-law.
Oh, mother-in-law, okay.
Well, we're just concerned that just being in jail is not good for his
That's not a
mental
good
health.
thing either, but,
Right.
but, do you have a plan for when he goes home? Is there someone who can stay with him?
His cousin's he's gonna stay with his cousin until he sees the doctor.
But is there someone that can be with him 24 hours a day?
Yes. Yes, that's why he'll be there, because she works.
Gotcha.
They can provide them with the mobile crisis phone number.
Okay. Okay.
And provides it, maybe the jailor can provide it to him, because he could certainly call them.
Sure.
That would be the number to call if he's feeling suicidal.
Sure. Okay, so Ferretti, if somebody's gonna stay with you, we're gonna get you an evaluation. We're gonna get you to a doctor right away. I just want you to know that you are a very important person, and nobody wants you to get hurt, right? And we certainly don't want anybody else involved to get hurt. Do you think you can manage that? Okay. He's gonna go to the clerk's office, he's gonna see the probation officer so we can set up the evaluation, and then he'll be released. Okay, so it might take another half an hour, okay? Thank you.
So where would she go to get him then? Just.
You can just wait out in the hallway, okay?
Thank you.
Well, I was gonna ask Mark, tell Mark. Actually, I see Mark, if he could
Can you
come
come
in.
back in, please?
Mark?
Mr. Ferretti, come in, please.
No, no, I
Mr.
don't.
Matter, please. They were here.
I just wanted to talk to you personally. He's gonna be released today. He's been charged with aggravated menacing, but this was really a situation involving suicide. But his family is gonna, they want him out, and it's the question, do I keep him here until the doctor can see him, or does he go home? They're gonna have somebody with him 24 hours a day, but we need a doctor to evaluate him and get him some help. So if
Okay.
you could set that up.
We'll set that.
That's the only reason he's on probation, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Very good.
good luck, sir. Thank you. And
Johnny Clements,
this is his
Your Honor.
name.
You would call for somebody
can't.
to talk to you on
Thank
the
you.
phone, and they can come and see you.
Thank you. Next.
Johnny Clements.
Johnny Clements.
So Judge, I want to place it on the record, I had spoken with Mr. Clements just in asking questions. I have not spoken with him anyway about his case. He's represented by Mr. Brooks. He said he's made several contacts with Mr. Brooks, and he's hoping if the court would consider giving another court date at this time. Is that, again, we have not discussed his case in any
Sure.
way, but
Where is Mr. Brooks today?
I don't know. I talked to him last night. He had plans for me coming at 7:45. He said he'd be here at 8:50. Yeah, he's not here.
Well, he's about 10 minutes late, according to his own calculation, right?
About an hour.
About an hour, 8:50.
I know
It's
Mr.
9 o'clock.
Clements was here at 7:30. I did see
Do you
that.
have to go to work?
I got class at 11 o'clock.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set this for a bench trial. When Mr. Brooks comes in, we'll talk to him. And then you can get to school. Have a seat right there, Mr. Rose will work that out.
Raymond Hamilton. Well, what's interesting is that there was definitely insurance. I happen to have an estimate on it, so I'm going to assume that this is that way. I got you.
There was some prostitution issue.
There isn't verifiable restitution, but there was insurance, so that's how we proceed. Judge, cities understand this would be a plea to the A charge. OVI city would not lay the balance, Judge.
And this would be the second?
Yes, I understand.
I showed that Mr. Hamilton at some point posted a bond. Was there a warrant? Oh,
Yeah,
there was a
but
warrant,
he was here
okay.
before, and this is like
Gotcha.
contempt of court, 3 days the first time.
Gotcha. Okay, Mr. Clement, then the charge is operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol. It would appear to be your second offense within 10 years. It carries a minimum fine of, excuse me, $525. The maximum is $1,625. The minimum jail days is 10 days in jail. The maximum is 6 months. You have to go for treatment. Your license must be suspended for 1 year, but can be suspended for up to 7 years. I cannot grant you driving privileges for at least 45 days after the original offense, although that's way past. And with driving privileges, you would have to have an ignition interlock. If this was your vehicle, it would have to be immobilized for 90 days at your expense. So, it was not seized, it wasn't yours. Okay, so those are the penalties. If you plead guilty or no contest today, you'll be convicted. I'll listen to you and Mr. Warren, then you'll be sentenced and your case will be over today. If you disagree with that, though, if you feel you're not guilty, we'll set this for trial. You have the right to a jury trial. The burden of proof is on the state. They'd have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. Warren would have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you and bring witnesses for your defense. If you have witnesses who won't come to court voluntarily, he can ask me to issue a subpoena, and I'll compel them to be here. And you would have the right to remain silent, and your silence could not be used against you. That would just be up to the jury, or if you wanted me to hear your case, I would be the decider of facts. And then they would decide. So you can plead no contest to 1 count of operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, or go to trial on all the charges. Any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
How would you like to plead?
No contest.
I'm going to accept that plea. Thank you. Anything you'd like to say in his defense?
Well, Your Honor, he's 44 years old. He has a GED. He's not on probation or parole. There is an outstanding warrant at Bedford for driving under suspension. And he's self-employed as a barber. He lives with his mother, and he has 2 adult children. It appears to me he may have served his time. I know the first time he did 3 days before he bonded out. But he's done another 6 days at this point in time. Again, assuming that he gets the minimum. I don't know what the court's going to do, but he's already done about 9 days in jail. And he doesn't feel he has a drinking problem. He just says that it's just unfortunate circumstances.
I'm sorry, are you working, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Barb.
Barber.
He's self-employed.
Anybody who gets convicted twice of OVI, Mr. Hamilton, has some kind of drinking problem. Maybe it's not that you're dependent, it's just that you don't manage alcohol well. So this is what's going to happen. Your fine's going to be $525 and costs will apply. Well, there's no bond to apply. We'll give you time to pay. You're sentenced to 180 days. I'll suspend 170. They'll add up the time and determine how much you've served. You're sentenced to 1 year of probation. You're going to do a chemical dependency assessment. Your license is suspended for 2 years from November 27th. You have 6 points on your license. I note that you do have insurance, and that's a good thing. Your license, the vehicle was released. That concludes this matter. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Leffel still here? Mr. Agnello, do you want to step up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's take a look here.
Sorry for wasting your time. I didn't realize that it was being dismissed subject to
Costs.
excess of $300 in cost.
Oh, and that isn't excessive at all, believe me.
Well-
Okay, now, we were set for sentencing today, so.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Regarding Dallas Enterprises, that's correct. Mr. Iannello, because of the warrant, had not entered, well, he was here for a pretrial. Right?
I'm not sure what he was saying.
Let's find out.
That's what I was asking earlier.
I'm just asking for a complete dismissal without court costs. If the court would consider that it cost me
Well,
over $1,000
this,
to get here.
and I do consider that,
I
but
feel
I
it
hate to
makes
say
sense.
you're the one who decided to buy a house in Garfield. Is somebody in the file?
Can you go to the next case and
About 10. Two.
set the letter L? That's fine. You gotta-
No, I don't think that's the right case.
It doesn't matter, you can just tell who's in the case.
Excuse me.
Well, any other case besides that one. The letter L, please.
But the interesting thing is, I don't, I really don't, and here's why.
That would
The
be,
interesting issue is that
she's out
I
now.
will- okay.
She's out now.
opposed to simply not having us go through the process of chasing this down to get it done, then nobody would have to be here for anything wrong. And frankly, the idea that somehow it is a excessive opportunity that we're visiting makes little or no sense at all. We can all be fair, by the way, absolutely appreciate the idea that it's a for-profit game and whatever it is. That's a choice that's made. Fair enough. But I'm suggesting to you that we don't want to have anybody come to court. We certainly don't want anybody to have to have violations.
Right,
But the
I
fact of the matter is, if there's a suggestion that these violations weren't in existence at the time that they were cited, you absolutely have every right in the world to have a trial to get whatever you want. But the situation is that the violations were in existence at the time. We're certainly happy to accommodate you by dismissing it at cost, because we've had to go through all of this.
I understand.
So whatever you want to do.
What we're coming from is, like I said earlier, we complete a list, a different person comes out, and then there's 3 more items.
Mr. Iannello, what we've established on the record earlier, the best I could tell from what I heard, and no matter what is stated about the building department, what I heard was the violations that you were cited for are the violations for which we're speaking about today. I know nothing about any additional violations, change in list or otherwise. I appreciate your property manager's disconcernment about how he feels he's being spoken to or what's going on. I'm just simply suggesting to you that the violations that you were cited for are the ones that we dealt with today. Those are the ones that we're dismissing, and frankly, we're dismissing them at your suggestion that they're completed without having our own verification. But by the way, we certainly thank you for your investment in the city.
I don't feel appreciated, so I
Well-
appreciate your.
So, Mr. Agnello, do you want to pay this, or do we want to go backwards? And I won't dismiss it. I think there hasn't been a plea by you, so we'll set your case for trial. Dallas Enterprises, I would just sentence today, and the fine could be up to $1,000 in court costs. So what would you like to do? Go
So if I
backwards?
pay the $300 court fee, everything goes away,
Right,
including the warrant is lifted?
yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Again, I feel they're excessive, but it's the cheaper way out.
It is the
And I really don't
cheaper
have
way
any
out.
I really don't have any option. I have to come back again, it's gonna cost me $1,000.
And you are a wise man. Good
Based
luck.
on, strictly on the business,
Go with
it
this
doesn't make
gentleman.
sense.
Next.
Deshaun Lewis.
Just getting a bench trial there, I guess.
We don't have a resolution.
No, we're just getting a bench trial there, but the victim's here.
Okay, so Mr. Lewis denies this happened, is that basically it? Okay, we're gonna set this for trial?
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
There are some things that we'd like to make you aware of.
Okay.
This is Ms. London.
Okay.
Just
Talk
what you
about
have
coming to the house. When it first, after it happened, when he got out, he came to the house and put all the dressers and stuff in front of the window, nailed the window shut because I don't have keys, and he knows that, so he knew I wasn't gonna be able to get in.
That was not me, that was my
And locked the door and drilled holes in all the
Did you
windows.
call the police?
No, yeah, they told me that if it happened again, to just come down here and do a report. But I have my mom, he talks to my mom, and so she said, she asked him why he did it. And so he said that the landlord did it, so nobody would come and take the hot water tank. I called the landlord, and he said no, he wouldn't do that. That's the least of his worries. And I know it's him because I know how he take a shower, he'll leave his clothes on the floor. You know, he uses his bathroom. I know his routine. So he's the only one that, you know, who's gonna put a dresser in front of the window so I can't get in. And then him and the landlords are friends, and me and my kids are homeless now because him and they're friends, and he came the day after.
So you've never been able to get back in that home?
Yeah, I was able to pry open one of the windows, and I haven't seen him up there since. But the landlord said that he hasn't paid rent in almost 3 months. But I got a message from my mom saying that he just paid rent, which means when I leave out of the house officially, he's gonna go back to the house.
What happened was, after Mr. Lewis was removed from the home, apparently he and the landlord are friends. The landlord served Miss London with a 3-day notice. And she has other housing pending and didn't want to have an eviction on her record, so she is in the process of moving her belongings out of the house. But I know that Mr. Lewis is not allowed to have other people violate the order on his behalf, and I'm very concerned that she and her children are being put out of his house and that he's alleged to have gone.
What is the name of the landlord, do you know?
Jason Hoover. He told me that he needs a place to go. He can't sleep on the street.
That Mr.
That's
Lewis
what he
needs a
told
place
me.
to go.
And I got all of the messages from him and texts and everything. And I don't want an eviction on my record. I'm trying to get some check. So I figured it's the best thing to do is leave.
Mr. Morris, this lady claims she's reported these very serious TPO violations to the police, and they said that if it ever happens again, call them again, because she was locked out. And now she's being evicted, and the landlord says he's evicting her because Mr. Lewis needs someplace to live, which of course is serious violations.
Of course.
So can she see the police today
Absolutely,
about
Judge.
this? Okay. Now, this is the dilemma, Mr. Lewis. If anything you say today can be used against you later, and we're tape recording this, that's what the red light means. So I'm sure Mr. Warren will advise you not to say anything today. But this is what I'm hearing, that you, with the landlord, are engineering her eviction out of this house. If you haven't paid rent, you're required to continue paying rent while this case is pending. I'm going to continue. Are we here? We're not here next week. We're here the 28th.
May I say something? I can't
Well, wait. Before you say anything, let me finish. You need to contact the landlord and bring the rent current so she doesn't get evicted.
It is.
So it's a current.
Yes.
Okay.
From my understanding, I don't know what's going, cause she's been contacting the landlord. So she said that she's supposed to be getting her things out and I can't go home until then. I said, okay. And that's the end of that. That's,
No, she's getting her things out because she got an eviction notice.
No, he said that she was found a place and she wanted to get the things out, or I don't know what's going on. I have not had any contact
Well,
with her
okay,
at all.
well, that you don't need to have contact with her. You need to call the landlord and make sure that eviction does not proceed.
Okay.
If it does proceed, you can be charged with violation of a TPO. So when I come back, pardon me?
Because he gives her an eviction notice?
If you withheld rent,
I didn't
and
withhold
that's the,
rent.
well, how can he evict her if you've paid rent?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I haven't been home in 3 weeks. I'm living in my truck.
And you
living out of
haven't
a hotel.
talked to the landlord at all?
Besides what he's been telling, she says this day. That day comes, okay, can I go home yet? He says no. He says this day. I don't know what's going on. I just know I'm not at home.
So what was your communication? Is he gonna let you move back in?
Yes, once I can actually get back in my household, yes.
Well, that's a violation of the TPO. So you need to contact him and say, I paid the rent, she stays there.
Okay.
Okay? And then we will be back here on the 28th. And it better be resolved.
June 28th.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Julian Smith.
Explain, and also, if she does get an eviction action, I need to be made aware of it, so that I can handle it.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, the last name?
Smith, Julian Smith, Your Honor.
Judge, it's gonna be a plea and pass
And
regarding the...
just
I'm
set
sorry.
that for trial.
Yes, Judge.
I'm sorry, Smith, go ahead.
Judge, that'll be a plea to the DUS, Your Honor. Ms. Maitland is requesting a pass for sentence. City would now leave the remainder. Also in 991, Judge, the possession of marijuana minor misdemeanor.
Okay, so you want to put this on the DUS doc?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you want, can you please amend it to 451011?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, I'm confident we'll have a license by then.
Very good. I'm going to have you fill out. So, Mr. Smith, this is what's happened. Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes.
Okay. The prosecutor is going to dismiss the charges other than the DUS if you plead no contest to that charge today. If you do, and you come back with a valid license, then that'll be reduced to a no-point violation.
Okay.
Do you want to do that, or do you
Yes,
want me to
ma'am.
set it for trial?
No, I want to do that.
So you know what you need to do to get your license, correct?
Yes.
Signed by the X, that says you're pleading no contest, and Mrs. Matlin will get you a date. Step right over there, thank you, next.
Patrick Murphy.
Patrick Murphy.
Judge, this be a plea to the charge, Your Honor, obscured plates.
Mr. Murphy, good morning.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Murphy explained a pretty significant mitigating factor to it. I don't know if the court would consider justifying and dismissing clause, but he is going to plead the charge. Or,
I'm sorry. Okay, what do you want me to consider?
the court would just impose a fine, maybe suspend clause from the...
Sounds good. Okay, so Mr. Murphy, the charge is obscured plates. If you plead no contest, the prosecutor is asking me to just impose a small fine. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes.
Anything you want to tell me about what happened?
It's just normal day. I woke up and went to the store for coffee and went to work. Came on my way back, I was pulled over to Garfield because I had no plates on. I believe it fell off. I did have 38.
Okay. So the fine is $25 in costs. He'll take you to the, good luck. Thank you.
John Wilkins.
John Wilkins. Is everything done?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, where are we at?
He's painted the garage, however, the roofs on the house and the garage have not been replaced yet.
So we're just talking about the roof at this point.
Roof on the house and garage, both.
Okay.
Yes.
How are we doing with that?
Kevin Doyle.
We're not right now. I'm sorry, I don't know who he is, but
This
we
is
were talking.
Mr. Leffel. He's the building inspector.
I was talking with Mr. Leffel, you said?
Leffel.
Leffel?
L-E-F-F-E-L. Leffel.
Okay, yes, I was speaking with Mr. Leffel before. There's a new foreclosure filed. I'm still waiting for Social Security to approve my disability in this. So I have a lot of moving parts right now. I have an attorney working who's, looking at all the different options. I might end up in bankruptcy, I might end up homeless. If Social Security gets around to it on their timetable and says,
that's enough.
here you go,
So let me ask you, sir, how long have you lived here?
in Garfield Heights?
Well, in this house?
Oh, in this house, 18 years, I think, 19?
And so you're not working at all because of your disability?
Yes.
Do you have any other source of income?
My wife's a cashier at Dave's. Last year, our household income was about $7,200. It was just over.
Sure. Have you gotten an estimate as to how much it would cost to do the roof and the?
I have not, because right now, I contacted the United Way. They gave me a number. They said there is a program for people, the low income for roofing. The payment plan for that would have been about $400, they said, without giving me which is, almost half our household income.
Yeah.
I contacted Habitat for Humanity. We don't even make enough for a Habitat for Humanity. The minimum for, family of 3 is $1,200 a month, or they can't even talk to you. When I asked them if they could just have people come and help me get a roof on, they can't. So I also called Cleveland Catholic Charities. They're praying for me.
That's good. So let me ask you, I mean, if you were to, I assume you have a mortgage and that's why there's a foreclosure.
It's a
Is that for
tax foreclosure.
taxes? Do you know how much you owe in taxes
It's a
altogether?
lot.
Like more than $10,000? Any suggestions, gentlemen? This is what I'm gonna do, Mr. Wilkins. I'm gonna close this. You are really, everything else is done. I'm gonna close this out. The city will wait a while and then they'll recite you if, you know, and especially if there's a foreclosure, then they'll come in and see, okay? So this concludes this matter. Good luck to you, Mr. Wilkins.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, sir, thank you, sir. Your Honor, not complete.
How we,
Have a good day. Substantially.
and what is your name, sir? I don't have your name on the file.
Harvey Lewis.
What is your position with Navarre Properties?
President.
President? And how many properties do you own in Garfield? This is it?
Just one.
Okay. Do you have properties other places?
I do.
Well, what can we do to get this done?
Okay, so I briefly had a conversation with the city last time I was here. He said if I acquired a buyer and they would assume the violations, then I wouldn't have to take care of them.
Okay.
I did procure a buyer. However, during the closing process, we determined that there was some liens on the property. The liens were, they are for a deceased prior owner. So the title company.
How did you get title to this property?
It was deeded over. It was a quick claim
Oh.
deed to me, and I didn't do my due
Yeah.
diligence, which is my fault. But I have an attorney and a title company working to try to clear the liens out. But in the interim, I will, if I had some time, the court just handle the violations and deal with the liens later.
I'm trying to look at what the violations are here.
The list of the violations, Roy? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Thank you.
These were assumed in November of 16.
Okay, so do you have this list?
I
you
do.
know? Okay, so when do you think you can finish those?
Well, it's gonna take a couple weeks for the plans to be approved for the garage, so at least 2 weeks for that. And the concrete pad that has to be poured in the asphalt driveway, so a minimum 30 days.
We're gonna reset this in 30 days to see if everything's concluded. And we're gonna reset this for sentencing. Thank you. Step right over there.
And Vanadia.
Mr. Doyle's in the same situation.
I'm sorry, what was the last name?
Vanadia, Vanadia.
And they're not here.
They're not here, Your Honor.
So we're gonna issue a warrant.
Okay.
And then we have Xingyu Chen, and I was contacted by Attorney Joe Dubiak. He requested discovery. This was scheduled for trial. He told me he wanted to have this converted to a pre-trial, and I guess he finally filed a notice of appearance yesterday on this.
And Mr. Rose apparently has been in contact and is resetting it, so you're excused.
That's
ma'am.
exactly what I
That's the
needed
key,
to know.
right?
Okay, thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Then we got Ricky Polk. Mr. Polk has one count of theft here. This is a first pretrial. Mr. Model has brought some information to my attention that I'd like to investigate, so we'd ask to continue this for second pretrial.
Mr. Rose, we'll give you that date. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do 2 more when you get done. That's what we're talking.
Mr. Kraus, desire.
Come on, you can do it.
I can't find the file. Okay, okay.
Banneretsy.
There you go.
Wait,
Your Honor.
Wait, who is
It's B-A-N-Y.
V-A?
B like in Bob, A-N-Y-E-R-E-T-S-E.
Yes.
Okay.
Desire. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Kraus had related to me that Mr. Banyer Desire is a commercial truck driver, 23 years old, has only one prior conviction. Based on that, the city is going to amend this to an unsafe vehicle. Can we do it to our code, 33701 then?
And this is the one you're gonna pay today.
This one I can do today.
The fine's gonna be $100 in costs, 0 points, and we've marked that there's insurance.
Thank you, Judge. I'll go down and take care of this one.
Thank you.
No, I know where it is.
Kevin Doyle, Your Honor.
Thanks, Judge.
Judge, Mr. Doyle, we also have a victim here. Mr. Doyle, I want the court to be aware, I want the record to be very aware, I did not discuss any matters regarding his case. I know that he has been here since 7:30 this morning. I believe that his attorney is not here, and we also have the victim. We were hoping to
Did you know
release
where
everybody.
Mr. Hickey is? Has he communicated with
Yeah,
you?
he told me yesterday he had to be in Parma, that he would be here right around 9 o'clock, and I told him that we had to be here at 7:30.
He had a pretrial on May 10th, and then it got set to this because I remember Mr. Hickey entered an appearance. This is what we're gonna do, Mr. Doyle. We're gonna set this for trial. We'll notify Mr. Hickey. He's gonna have to get rid of hold of the prosecutor to do whatever he needs to do beforehand, because I don't wanna keep bringing people back.
The victim is hoping the case could be resolved today.
Well, without an attorney, I don't think we can. Thank you. Step right over here, Mr.
DeAndre Freeman. Marv, are you going to trial day?
No, DeAndre, I thought we worked that out. I thought DeAndre was gonna plead to the resisting arrest and the
Oh, correct. Apologize, Your Honor. The statement by counsel is true. This would be a plea to the resisting. Judge, would also be a plea to the seatbelt charge. Now lay the balance.
Okay, so Mr. Freeman, you have the stop sign violation, the seatbelt, obstructing official business, resisting arrest, and underage consumption of alcohol. The prosecutor will dismiss everything other than resisting arrest and the seatbelt if you plead no contest to those 2 charges. If you do, you'll be convicted of those 2 charges today. I'll listen to you and Mr. Warren. Then you'll be sentenced and your case will be over today. But if you disagree with that, sir, if you feel you're not guilty, we'll set these for trial and you have the right to a jury trial. So you can plead no contest or tell me you want to go to trial. What would you like to do? We'll accept that plea of no contest. Mr. Warren, what would you like to tell us?
Well, Your Honor, DeAndre is 19 years old. He went as far as the 12th grade, but he indicated that he's in an online program in the fall to complete his education. He's currently on probation in Cleveland for a theft charge, but there are no other warrants. He was working at the time of the incident with Marco's Pizza. He had been there for like 2 weeks. And he lives with his mother. He's been in jail 3 days. He has a court hearing tomorrow, I believe, at 9 o'clock in Maple Heights on a matter. And I think that concludes it.
So, Mr. Freeman, why are you getting into all this trouble?
It's a lot of personal stuff. And it has a lot to do with drug abuse. So I'm just trying to get my life back on track. That's why I'm on probation with Cleveland, because I'm in a drug abuse program.
So are you in the Greater Cleveland Drug Court or just in treatment?
I'm in treatment with key decisions on Euclid, but I'm in Cleveland Municipal Court.
Do you know who your judge is?
Pinky Carr. As well as I'm in the same substance abuse program for Bedford.
It doesn't seem to be helping, does it?
Well, I got it at the same time. So one charge, then it's like a week later, another charge. So both courts decided drug treatment program.
Well, as far as the resisting arrest, he kind of tensed up and didn't get in the car when they told him to, but he didn't, fight them or anything. He waited till another officer came. It's kind of, a little cooperative.
Okay, you're gonna be sentenced to 10 days in jail. You've got credit for 3 days served. There's not gonna be any probation since you're already on probation elsewhere. I'm suspending all fines and costs. Now, you're representing him on the matter tomorrow?
Here's tomorrow. I really don't even know, but I'll check. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
wait, hang on.
No. I didn't know about it.
Menacing. Probably you need to talk to the prosecutor. I don't know if you can hold him until tomorrow or if you could call Maple Heights.
He the gentleman expressed concern that Maple Heights would not pick him up. And then he cannot sit here with him on the Heights case
Let's do this. I'm gonna enter a warrant in the Maple Heights case. And then they have to come get him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen, sir. You're gonna be transferred to Maple Heights. They'll bring you back tomorrow. We'll try to resolve that case. I'll run it all together, and then he'll be done. Okay?
All right, so I hold on to this file. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Charles Briggs.
Now, this is which Freeman? This is DeAndre.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Mr. Rose, I know you wanted to do those, but
I'm sorry, and your name, sir?
Charles Briggs.
Mr. Briggs.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your time.
Well, thank you for your patience, Mr. Briggs. Okay.
bench trial judge.
Okay, so this is a faulty exhaust?
It is,
So,
Your Honor.
Mr. Briggs, do you feel that there is nothing wrong with your exhaust, or that you have a good excuse?
Like equipment, like a broken stoplight or something, I thought that maybe I would go and take a look at it, and I did get repair work done.
Okay.
It was $745.
Wow.
And so I feel like I kind of tried to take care of it. So I don't know if you want to see that.
Sure.
And
Great.
and
So there was something wrong with the exhaust. Let me ask you this, sir. We don't need to go through a trial then. If
Sure.
there's no points, this doesn't go on?
I came to the clerk and they told me to talk to you, so.
Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
So, how about if you enter a plea of no contest? I'm gonna consider the money you've spent. You get no points, this doesn't even get reported to the BMV. Okay, so we're gonna accept a plea.
But it's no contest, how much is that?
I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I noticed that it has up to 1,000.
Oh, goodness, no. Yes, it does, but even I haven't.
So I just really, I want to be careful about.
Yes, no. So what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a musician. I'm a church organist, and I teach children piano, ukulele, guitar.
Oh, nice. And what church?
Independence Presbyterian. So if
Very
you're ever
nice.
in the area,
I
I'd love
live
to
right.
play
I
for
live
you.
right down the street. Okay, this is what we're going to do, Mr. Briggs. The charge is the fine is $10 in costs. I'm going to I'm sorry. I'm going to suspend the costs.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for getting that repaired.
And I
good luck.
appreciate your time and
Thank you.
everyone's time
You
today.
can go with this gentleman.
Deandra Hawthorne. Just he's requesting a caveat. Yeah, I know. Sorry. I know.
We're issuing a warrant on all of Ms. Hawthorne's.
And also Judge C's requesting caveats for Nevere Wood.
Okay, now we have a lot of those. I don't have a Navarro Woods. Are you waiting for me? Where's Jeff Short?
He's on the bench
Oh.
too. You were closest.
Well, and I am the session judge, so I can't complain. Are I seeing this person today?
Today, yeah. How come they don't tell
Oh, no problem.
them the report? They tell them to come here and it's in the case. Can I give them the report?
I don't know what you're asking me.
Can I give them the report of the report? Everybody just tells them what
Oh, yeah, you can, but you have to redact all the, yeah. Oh, it doesn't, well, that's because they don't have anybody to even process it. Thank you, I'm sorry, name?
Romeo Pablio.
Your Honor, this is a first pre-trial for Mr. Pableo. We are going to be able to resolve it. There's a couple of things he needs to do.
I don't want to be impertinent, but is Mr. Pablio a U.S. citizen? Are you a U.S. citizen?
He has a green card.
So he's not a citizen. Okay, well, I have to go through all the warnings because an OVI is considered a crime of moral turpitude under the federal laws affecting immigration. And so I don't know if you want to consult with a lawyer familiar with this. I can ask to bring in a lawyer who's familiar with immigration issues.
I'm definitely not familiar with the immigration issue.
Okay, we will consult a lawyer on that. And then when Mr. Pablio comes back, we'll go through this. I don't need to do that now, but I need to find, there's that lady, and I'll have to get her name. Remind me, I have to get the immigration lawyer to come in. Okay, very good. So we're gonna reset this.
Thank you.
So actually, you know, that, and, you know, 2 years, 3 years ago, I would have said there wouldn't be an issue, but they will deport him now for an OVI.
Filipinos aren't U.S. territories anymore?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
How come a green card?
I thought you said you had three.
I don't know, that doesn't make sense.
These guys are all confusing me. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
I may have been confusing with somebody else.
Do you want, well, you can check with him. Okay, what would you like to do?
Ashley Andrasi.
How do we want to proceed?
Ms. Andrasi has 3 charges, 2 of them criminal possession of drug abuse instruments, misdemeanor first degree, drug paraphernalia, misdemeanor 4th degree, and improper U-turn of minor misdemeanor. If she pleads to the latter two, the minor misdemeanor U-turn, restricted, and drug paraphernalia M4, we drop the possession of drug abuse instruments.
Okay. And you're agreeable to that, Mr. Howard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Andrasi, then the no U-turn is a minor misdemeanor with a fine of up to $150 and costs 2 points on your license. Drug paraphernalia carries a penalty of up to 30 days in jail and up to a $250 fine. If you plead no contest to those charges today, Mr. Chihaki, the prosecutor, will dismiss the drug abuse instruments, which is a more serious offense. So if you plead no contest, you'll be convicted today. I'll listen to you and Mr. Howard, then you'll be sentenced and your case will be over today. If you disagree with that, though, if you feel you're not guilty, we'll set this for trial and you have the right to a jury trial. Knowing that, you want to plead no contest or do you want to go to trial?
No contest, Your Honor.
I'm going to accept that plea. I'm going to ask you to sign this this form that says you're pleading no contest. What would you like to tell me, Mr. Howard?
Your Honor, Ms. Andrasi does have a couple of issues pending. She does have a county case. She has a Lakewood case, also drug paraphernalia. County case is a theft case, misuse of credit cards. So she has a lot on her plate right now. I believe that she is going to be followed by the county. So I would ask the court to consider putting her on inactive probation. She has been sober for 3 months, so she can be followed by the county.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to suspend fines and costs. Ms. Andrasi is sentenced to 5 days in jail. She'll get credit for any time served. They'll calculate that, and that concludes this matter. Thank you.
Can she have a date to report?
No, she can go too. Thanks.
I have to go to work.
Well, you can't, ma'am. You didn't come back to court the last time on time, so you're going to go with that gentleman now.
Can I give you my phone?
Kimberly DeLiz.
How do we want to proceed? Do we have a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. DeLiz has been charged with theft, a first-degree misdemeanor. Mr. Randolph has represented that Ms. DeLiz is 32 years old. I'm unaware of any prior criminal history. She came here from Morton, Illinois today. Essentially, she concealed a bottle of hair coloring in her pocket and purchased other food items and left the Drug Mart store. The property was recovered. Mr. Randolph has represented to me that Ms. DeLiz was a little preoccupied with her thoughts and didn't realize she did this. And based on all of that, I'm going to offer her a minor misdemeanor disorderly conduct.
And do you want that under the city code?
Sure.
If you tell me what it is.
I knew that was the next question. I'll work on that while you go about doing your stuff.
Okay, so Ms. DeLiz, the charge is disorderly conduct. It carries a penalty of up to $150 and costs no jail time. So do you want to plead no contest to that charge?
I am pleading no contest.
Okay, what would you like to tell me, Mr. Howard?
Your Honor, Ms. DeLiz is not on probation or parole. She has no other pending cases or warrants. She has no prior convictions. Your Honor, she was medically retired from the Air Force. She was here working. She does movie work, so she was here temporarily doing some work on a movie. She worked really late that day. She put in maybe about 10 to 14 hours, and she was just distracted, Your Honor. She's married. She has 3 kids. Obviously, she's not running from this, and she's very remorseful. Her kids are 12 years old, 10 and 1.
Do you have any money to pay fines and costs today, ma'am?
I have some. I have credit cards.
Okay. Your fine's going to be $50. The court costs are $130, so that's about $180. You can charge that. And what is the code section?
64804.
And that concludes this matter. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He'll take you to the court.
Okay, Alan Owens. Your Honor, Mr. Owens has a failure to reinstate an unclassified misdemeanor and lanes of travel violation. I've had a chance to chat with him. He showed me his driver's license. He is currently valid, and I told him I dismissed the failure to reinstate charge if he entered a plea of no contest and lane violation.
And do you want to do that, Mr. Owens?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to dismiss the failure to reinstate. The improper lane, it carries a fine of up to $150 in costs and 2 points on your license. I have your insurance. Anything you want to tell me about what happened?
I don't feel like I did change lanes in a different way. I was on the freeway. I was headed downtown. I just got off of work. So I'm headed downtown, and it's like where I want to say Garfield and Independence on the freeway where you get off the bridge. Or you getting on, where you getting off.
But you're on 77, not 480. You're on 77, so that's Cuyahoga Heights. It's like Cuyahoga Heights
so
and...
I'm just, I veered over to, I put my turn signal on and everything to get over on a bend so I can head towards downtown. I guess that's 77 or something like that.
Okay.
You were on 480 West.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
then you're making the turn
Then
to
you're going
77.
you're going to 77, right?
Was there an accident?
No accident, no nothing.
Okay. The fine's going to be $75 in costs, and they'll take you to the clerk. Good luck. Thank you.
Desmond Smith. Your Honor, Mr. Smith has been charged with menacing. He's here with his mother today, or his aunt, I'm sorry. When I inquired of him about counsel, he told me that he's retained John Luskin, but Mr. Luskin had a conflict today. Aunt says that he's actually been paid money, so I guess they're asking for a continuance.
Yes, when I committed to getting my nephew a lawyer when we were here before.
I remember that discussion,
And
yes.
I did send Mr. Luskin a copy of the paper that day. Unfortunately, I waited until the last minute to retain him.
But you have paid.
Yes.
Okay,
And
step over here and we'll give you
he's
that
in
date.
jail.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you. Next.
Cleston Hensley, if I said that correctly. Your Honor, I've had a chance to speak with Mr. Henley. He's charged with non-compliance, suspension, as well as display of plates. He has also showed me a valid driver's license. We ran his leads. He is valid today. So under this circumstances, I told him I'd drop the non-compliance charge, and he can plead no contest to display of plate. I've represented to him that that is a no point violation.
That's true. Is that what you'd like to do, Mr. Hensley?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna then indicate that you've got insurance.
Yes.
Thank you.
This isn't coming up. Okay, anything else you wanna tell me, Mr. Hensley? You've corrected the plate situation?
It wasn't my car.
Ah, okay.
It
The
was
fine's
my
gonna be,
girlfriend's car, and she was having a seizure, so we
oh
swapped.
gosh,
Right. We were on the side of the freeway, and he pulled us over as soon as we got off the freeway.
how is she doing? Is she okay?
She's doing
Good, good. Okay, the fine's gonna be $25 in costs on the obscured plates, and they'll take it to, I've marked then that we've got insurance and 0 points. We'll take it to the clerk. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
That brings me to Mr. Sweet. His attorney is present, but I sent him across the hall because nothing was happening over here, and he hasn't come back yet.
Wait, and who was that?
Um,
Who did you send across?
Who was that?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mr. Sweet?
No, that was the defendant. No, his attorney. Who's your attorney?
Are you
Mr.
Mr.
Farrell.
Sweet?
Yes.
Okay, and your attorney is
Patrick Farrell,
Okay.
right. He was here, he had another case across the hall. Since we were waiting, I said, why don't you try to resolve that? And I haven't seen him again.
Sit right there, Mr. Sweet, because we have all the victims and everybody's sitting
Okay.
here.
I've got other cases.
He's there? Where's our bailiff? We'll call him. Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Gordon. Next.
Theo Singleton, I've called several times, I do not believe is present.
Theo Singleton. We're gonna issue a warrant for Theo Singleton.
Can you get Mr. Farrell, please, and
Nope.
Patrick Farrell.
We've got Jason Courtney, who is represented by James Willis. I don't believe he's present. Not quite sure what happened.
Jason Courtney, because Mr. Willis is losing it. We're gonna issue a warrant for Courtney. That's the only time he'll show up. He's
Well,
just-
that's what we did last time. We didn't show up since then. Okay, and then I've got here Dennis Robinson, who is represented by attorney Tim Kuharski. And I don't know where they're at either. Maybe
Dennis Robinson.
Maybe it's too early for big time.
We're issuing a warrant.
Okay.
Is that it?
Now we've got Timothy Sweet, Mr.
Judge McCastro, how are you doing this morning?
Good. How do we want to proceed?
Your Honor.
I don't know.
Mr. Sweet has a host of charges here, including domestic violence, misdemeanor of the first degree, child endangering, another count of domestic violence, and criminal damaging. We've had substantial discussions here, and at this time, the state has offered that should Mr. Sweet plead to a domestic violence fourth degree misdemeanor and criminal damaging a fourth degree misdemeanor, the state would dismiss the remaining counts. Present is the victim and the victim's father. The victim is Amber Wagner and the father is Frank Wagner.
So, Mr. Farrell, how do you want to proceed?
With respect to the recommendation being made by the prosecutor, Judge, my client will withdraw his previously entered plea of not guilty. He enter a plea of no contest to the misdemeanor, the fourth degree domestic violence offense, with the understanding that the other remaining offenses will be dismissed.
And the criminal damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. If we got enough
Okay,
criminal
just
damage.
one.
Sorry about that.
So both the domestics are M1, so we're reducing that to an M4.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Sweet. So the charge of domestic violence carries a penalty of up to 30 days in jail and up to a $250 fine. Criminal damaging carries a penalty of up to 90 days and up to a $750 fine. If you plead guilty or no contest to those charges today, the prosecutor will dismiss the child endangering in the second domestic violence charge. So at the end of the day, you would be convicted of just domestic violence in M4, misdemeanor 4, and criminal damaging. If you plead no contest to those charges today, you'll be convicted. I'll listen to everybody here. Then you'll be sentenced and your case will be over today. But, Mr. Sweet, if you feel you're not guilty of any offense, you can tell me that today. You'll be convicted. You can tell me that. You can plead not guilty. We'll set this for trial. You have the right to a jury trial, or you can have the case tried to me as the judge. That's your choice, whether to have a judge or jury. The burden of proof is on the state of Ohio. They'd have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. Farrell would have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you and bring witnesses for your defense. If you have witnesses who won't come to court voluntarily, he can ask me to issue a subpoena, a court order, and I'll compel them to be here. And you would have the right to remain silent, and your silence could not be used against you. That means you don't have to get on the witness stand, you don't have to answer anybody's questions or make any statements. Then it's just up to the jury. They'll listen to the facts and they'll decide. Or me, if you want to have the judge hear your case. So those are your rights if you plead not guilty, Mr. Sweet, but you give up all those rights today if you plead no contest. So, again, you can plead no contest to one count of domestic violence and criminal damaging, or go to trial on all the charges. Any questions, sir? Are you ready to make a decision? Do you want to plead no, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to plead no contest or go to trial? No contest. Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Sweet? I have to ask everybody that now. I'm going to ask you to sign this plea form that says you're pleading no contest and giving up your right to a trial, if that's what you want to do.
Do you want this document?
Mr. Chak, anything you'd like to say?
Couple things here. The state is not seeking any jail time here, but our concerns are twofold. We think Mr. Sweet has a bit of an anger problem. We'd like to see him get anger management. And likewise, there is a bit of a substance abuse problem, so we'd ask the court to have him do a drug and alcohol assessment and follow any recommendations. I have been provided an estimate here for a metal gate in the amount of $59.99. The hinge was destroyed during the altercation, and I've also been told that the door that was broken would cost $550 to repair. Ms. Wagner lives in a rented house, and apparently this damage is, for the landlord to repair, and I'm not quite sure where that estimate for repair came from, if the court is of a mind.
Have you seen this, Mr. Farrell? Have you
I was
discussed
notified of the door this morning. We were aware of the baby gate prior.
any objection?
Well,
to
we're going to
that?
object to the door, Judge. I mean, that's an outrageous price to repair a door. I mean, I have rental properties. I do my own work. I mean, it doesn't cost $550 to repair.
You're gonna fix this?
I'll come by and do that for $550.
The door needs to be replaced, so it's replacement and rehanging.
Gotcha. Well, what I can do is, we can reset that issue. Well, actually, I can't sentence Mr. Sweet and have a final sentencing unless to have a hearing on restitution.
My thing
So we'll
is this,
come
Judge,
back.
we'll pay for the baby gate. I think that the door is a separate issue. It's a third party. I think that the third party is gonna have to make that claim, and if they wanna send us off something, then we'll certainly address it. My client's capable of repairing and replacing that door himself, so.
Well, now, does Mr. Sweet live at this address?
He does not.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Judge, they have a child together.
But they not
Which is
reside
the purpose for
together.
his visit.
Well, I have to have a since she's gonna be responsible for any damage, cause she's the lessee. I have no problem, we'll come back, we'll have a hearing, bring in the landlord, bring in the proof of what it's gonna cost, and,
What's the basis? Why are we pumping $550 in the door? Where'd that number come from?
The landlord priced the door out.
The landlord did
It's a
price the door
wooden
out?
door.
Is there a written estimate somewhere for that?
I could probably get that from him.
and, Mr. Farrell?
My client is employed, he's missing a lot of work for this. He will pitch in for that door. He doesn't think the door is worth $550, Judge. It's just, that's an outrageous price.
Well, if the city insists on that, then I have to have a hearing.
I don't know
And
if
the
they're
landlord's
insisting
gonna
on
have to
it.
come in.
Well, from what Mr. Wagner tells me, the landlord did obtain a written estimate, and that's the cost of repair, so we can't discount it based on that representation. We're also asking for a no contact order as well, Judge.
I'll tell you what we could do, Judge.
Ms. Wagner would like to make a statement.
Okay, go ahead.
What we'll do with this door is we'll get an estimate for what the repair of that door is, and we'll take care of it through that. Because I deal with landlords all the time, especially with college kids and landlords, and there seems to be a lot of leeway in
But I can't conclude this case until this issue is resolved. So, and then.
Well, you could put them on probation.
Well, no, the law, for your information, Mr. Farrell, is I cannot order restitution after a sentence
That's
is
true.
entered. So I have to resolve it now. But anyway, what
I
else
was
did you want to
just
say?
gonna say, the landlord may not want to use the person that Mr. Farrell's.
Well, but they have to use someone that's reasonable and
Right.
can do the work, so if there's an alternative. But, so unless we have an agreement today, I'm gonna
Or
reset
you
this.
could order restitution, the amount of $550 for the door today, subject to modification later.
If he's willing to enter a plea to that.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
If you keep it open with respect to a modification?
Right, you can
for the
file a
price of the
motion
door?
to change that when you get,
Is this an interior door? Oh, heaven's sakes.
okay, okay. Ms. Wagner, anything you wanted to say about this?
I'm bringing
one?
it.
Excuse me, go ahead, Ms. Wagner.
So I've known him for 12 years, and over those 12 years, this wasn't just the first occurrence. He's been verbally and emotionally abusive for years to me. He'll put me down one day, and then the next day tell me how much he actually loves me. He's yelled at me, swears at me often, in front of our son even. He's called me things like a stupid bitch in front of our son, an idiotic cunt in front of our son, putting me down, telling me that I'm so fat and stupid. And he's used things like the fact that he pays rent and bills against me. For the longest time, he would tell me things like, good luck paying your rent if I ever move out, or how would you pay your bills without me? And then even when he's yelling and screaming at me, I just try to have like a calm conversation with him. Even through text messages, just asking a simple question, since we do have a son together, asking him like, oh, when we were living together, like, what time do you think you're gonna be home, or asking him things, because if I have to work in that, and then he would always be rude, even in the text messages, swearing at me, saying it's none of my effing business. He's made me feel dependent on him for so long, and over the years, I just feel so emotionally and mentally broken by him.
He also swears in front and to our son Jonathan. He has said multiple times to our son, boy, you are really pissing me off. Boy, I'm gonna beat you. He has said, saying, Daddy beats me. The son has said, Daddy beats me on several occasions. One time when our son would lay down for bedtime, Tim told him he was going to lock him in his room. He swears so much to and in front of our son that our son has started to repeat these swear words. He's gotten in my face centimeters away from my face multiple times, saying he's so pissed off he wants to beat me, or that he's going to end up punching me. He has punched several holes in the house. He punched 2 holes in the bedroom, 1 huge hole in the kitchen, as well as a new hole in the door in the hallway. He's also punched his hand through a glass door frame before, thrown and broken phones. He has hit the walls before without making a hole, It all makes me feel scared. For years, he has pushed me up against walls several times while yelling in my face or pushing me to the ground and yelling at me and telling me he could just punch me and that he's so mad he could hit me. When this happens, I am afraid for my safety, and now I am concerned about my son's safety. I am afraid that Tim can possibly emotionally damage our son the same way he has me. I am afraid that Tim can explode again and our son can be injured, worse physically. His explosions have started to become more frequent within the past year, and it makes me afraid to think what can happen the next time he explodes on me and when. Before our son, Tim exploded on me and pushed me to the ground and yelled in my face and said he could just beat me and punch his hand into a picture frame and cut his hand open. When this happened, after I told him to take his stuff out of the house and that I was done with him. He took some clothes and left after the argument. He was gone for a couple days, then returned. When he returned, he apologized and wanted to continue living together. A few months ago, he started an argument with me. During this argument, he actually grabbed my arms so tight I had small bruises from his fingers on my forearms. And he has twisted back my thumb, and it hurt to use my thumb for over a week. Again, he was yelling in my face, and our son was asleep down the hall while this took place. He has done drugs in the house before, and after he has done drugs in the house before and after our son was born. Last week he was over and he was.
I wrote this this is back in March.
Yeah. So way back then, he was over and he was acting out of character, and I asked if he was doing drugs right now, and he admitted to snorting cocaine while being over, and our son was right in the next room. He smokes marijuana every single day, and his clothes and car always smell like it. Tim has anger issues and can explode at the drop of a hat. I'm afraid for him to be alone with my son because of his anger issues and his drug use. Saturday night, he was centimeters away from my face, screaming at me in front of our son. I tried to tell him to calm down and asked if we could please talk after our son went to sleep because I did not want him to witness this. He kept yelling and began punching walls and punched the hallway door so hard he left a hole. Our son Jonathan was standing next to him and he got pushed into the wall and hit his head. He kept yelling directly in my face and screaming things like, he is so mad he could beat me, he's going to punch me. He eventually pushed me and knocked me into the couch. I feared for my safety and my son's. I am concerned about our son witnessing these events. Tim's father also had an abusive history, and I'm worried since Tim witnessed those events and has turned out this way that our son could also be at risk. I would like to see Tim take anger management classes as well as go through a substance abuse evaluation or even an outpatient rehab and a parenting program. I would love for Tim to be part of his son's life. I always told him I am not trying to keep him away from our son, but I'm very uncomfortable for him to be alone with him overnight. I would like him to have supervised visits with our son right now.
How old is your son, Miss Wagner?
He just turned 3.
And what is his name?
Johnny.
Is it Johnny Sweet? Jonathan Sweet. Does Mr. Sweet have a visitation order through juvenile court, or does he pay child support? Has he been declared the father?
He's on the birth certificate.
But there's never been any juvenile court proceedings? Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
Nothing.
Mr. Farrell.
Actually, Judge, if I could, just in May, Amber graduated from the nursing program at Kent, and she is employed by the Cleveland Clinic as a nurse in Beechwood at the rehab,
The rehab hospital.
Rehab hospital, so she has the means to take care of herself from this point forward, and we're proud of her.
Good, thank you. Mr. Farrell.
One other thing I wanted to make you aware of. A few weeks ago, I received a call from Amber that Mr. Sweet had sent her some messages.
Has been what? Texted?
Sent messages, yeah.
And when that did occur, I became involved. I spoke with Mr. Farrell, who contacted Mr. Sweet, and Mr. Farrell got back to me to tell me that Mr. Sweet thought that he could contact Ms. Wagner for Mother's Day, and that's what his thoughts were on it. I asked him to have Mr. Sweet desist, and since that time, have you had any problems?
No.
Okay, and the city has also agreed, as a further condition of the plea, that we would not file a violation of protection order, or violation of protection order that's out there.
Mr. Farrell.
Judge, we pled to a misdemeanor domestic for, I get when there's people that are in relationships, they have their ups and they have their downs. And if you went to anybody's relationships, I'd be very shocked to see if it lasted over a period of months or years, that anybody couldn't write bad things about the other person if the relationship had ended or had come to an end. Fact of the matter is, my client has agreed to this plea. He's agreed he will do the anger management. He agrees he will do the parenting classes. He wants to have a close relationship with his son. He cares for the mother of his child because she is the mother of his child, and he doesn't want to lose his entitlements to see that boy. My client is gainfully employed. I would bet if we had a video of this, there would be some arguing going on both sides of these individuals. I find it very difficult to believe that it was as one-sided as that particular statement had to make, but that's besides the point. My client's agreed to do what has been recommended by the city here or the state of Ohio, and at the request of the alleged victim in this particular case. So he will do his anger management, he'll do his parenting, he'll pay the restitution, and open to the modification of the value of that door. And we would hope that the court would see that as what it is. This is a relationship that's apparently broken down, and it's a relationship that's going to last for their entire lives if they have this boy that's 3 years old between them. So they've got a commonality. And I just think if we get too severe in a punishment at this point, that's going to break this family down even worse. And I just don't see good things happening. If he leaves his child or vacates out of that boy's life, that's a negative for that little boy, and that's not fair to him. And I don't think that's what she's looking for. So I would hope the court would consider the fact that this is M4 domestic violence. This was the threats that he made to her, that he's so mad that he could beat her. But I would just hope that the court would consider all of those factors. My client does not have a record here, Judge, and his employment is at stake in the event that there's incarceration of something of that nature.
So, Mr. Sweet, where do you work, sir?
Sorry?
Where do you work?
Innovation Foods in Twinsburg.
And what do you do there?
I'm in charge of the food production for all of our programs we have. So we pump out like 4,500 meals a day for senior citizens and charter schools around Cleveland.
Okay. So contrary to what Mr. Farrell said, Mr. Sweet, I don't consider this normal. I've never lived in a relationship like this. I don't think anybody should. I don't think you should have to. So this is what we'll do. I mean, the city, I heard from Mr. Chayaki, they're not looking for jail. On the domestic violence, the fine will be $250 in costs, criminal damaging $100 in costs. We're going to apply the bond and give you time to pay. I'm going to suspend 30 days on the domestic violence and 90 days on the criminal damaging. You're going to be on active probation for 1 year. You're going to go for a chemical dependency assessment. You'll go to domestic violence counseling and a parenting program. You will have no contact with Amber Wagner or Jonathan Sweet, even though the TPO is terminated. So let me explain the law in Ohio. Since you are unmarried and there is no juvenile court order, Ms. Wagner is the sole custodian of the child. It's easy to resolve, though. You go to juvenile court, you establish you're the father, you ask for visitation, and child support, all that. And that happens relatively quickly. When that happens, you file the order here, and I terminate my no contact order with Jonathan, because then I know juvenile court has jurisdiction. If there's any issues, they'll be resolved there. I'm probably municipal courts are the last people you want to have involved in visitation and custody. We don't do it. We don't know anything about it. That's why I leave it to juvenile court. So as soon as you get that court order, you file it with me, and then I terminate that. And then you'll have you'll have definite hours of visitation. You'll know what your rights are. And then as the father, the declared father, you have the rights that they will set forth for you. Okay, that concludes this matter.
I have one additional thing, Judge.
Yes, sir.
In the event...
Oh, restitution. I didn't say the restitution.
In the event he's working through juvenile court to establish the paternity, if they give him a temporary visitation, you're going
Absolutely.
to... Absolutely.
I honor all juvenile court orders, whatever they are. And we're going to order restitution in the amount of $609.59 paid by July 30th, but then you can move to amend that if you
Okay.
are able.
Thank you.
Okay, yes.
Just as an advocate for a domestic violence agency, I have to say that the behavior that was described is not a relationship issue, it's a behavior issue.
Oh, no, this is not normal, no matter how we look at it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The bailiff will change to the clerk and then over to probation. Good luck, Mr. Sweet. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Judge. Thank you. Okay. Stay away from her on the play.
Judge, we have one issue that I want to run by you.
Thank you, Mr. Farrell.
Judge, good to see you again.
Same here.
How's business?
Too good.
Too good? Have a good day.
Take care, sir.
What do we?
Well, I do have one issue, Mr. Moro.
Okay.
Well, I'm off the record, so you can yell at me if you want to. I'm going off now.